can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
Don't tell me what's...
I'll fix your boat.
Hey! Everyone all right?
Alright, I like that outcome better. Because Kona and, like, Thancred and whatnot, they're like, oh, we're gonna walk. Where I was half expecting us to, like, wash up on the shore. They'd be like, what up, bitches? Oh, look. Oh man, this area looks to me like it's prime for fishing.
Hmm.
Aww. That's why we love Wook.
I mean, a lot of other reasons too, also, but that
Yeah.
one especially.
No choice. Are you there?
Yep.
And clicking.
Click.
I chose the bottom.
Same. Same choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta realize that, you know, unhappiness is the right choice.
And your friends are gonna be there.
Dave's gonna be there for you to flirt with your friends and his.
Damn straight. I mean... No, I mean, that was kind of like, they were a void as a person. So that kind of makes sense. They don't have to have an aura every time. Oh, there are things you'd like to talk about? Oh, look. Are we about to have taco time?
More taco time. On a Tuesday. Hey, let me off these boxes.
Oh no, there's a fate. Oh, we're in the new area of this place.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna get ginseng lumber, I bet.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, but I feel like that's more of like, it's not like energy aura, that's like main character aura. Oh, look at that Alfino. We should stop here for the night.
I am getting the EP, so I might call it a night.
Oh,
It's
I
also
probably
close
should.
to 11, so.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I tried to probably grab the 8th right
I've been
before the
meaning to
cutscene.
ask, but how does one
I didn't
become the
either.
adopted child of the Dawn Side?
Oh no, voiceover cutscene.
Grab it later.
I was but a ball
Well,
of
it's the
fuzz at
main
time,
one, so you
so
probably
I don't remember much.
want it first.
My earliest memories are of life in the
Because
palace.
it's the new area.
I mean, I'm listening.
All I know is that I was born in XIV, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
No, Kryle, you're adorable.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding. But
Hey,
the
it's
head of
Pride
resolve
Rock.
praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
Look, I'm not gonna have you talk bad about my friends.
Mm.
How's that a choice? I clicked.
Oh yeah, fuck, I gotta click.
Don't compare myself to my siblings.
I'm at that
you
EP
mean?
moment.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not gonna be too long of a scene for you.
I think I see what you're saying.
Wait, which sketch stuff?
My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers.
Don't know if I know what that is.
It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important
That's a
it is
big ass
that
mug.
you know something.
Yeah, it is actually.
To hear the voices of others, empathize
That's a
with how they
me-sized mug.
feel, and think how best to serve.
It's a
Also
me-sized
giving
mug in a
will
completely
come
different
ever closer
context.
to being the person you wish to be.
Hey, yo.
Oh my. I'll fill the whole Pringles
I'm sorry,
can.
everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on,
Like
I'll
I do
stop
with
trying
my
to be the
I mean,
promise I'm not.
what?
I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step
Oh.
by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tuli Hyolal and my fellow Turali.
Why the fuck do people hate Wook?
Right?
It
See?
might not be the smoothest path.
Fucking bitch is
be a
adorable,
path
just
of my own
amazing at
making.
all times.
I will find the city of
If you
gold
think Wook is
for
a problem,
all of
you
us,
got red
along with
flags
the
that
answers
I
you
cannot
seek
deal
about your
with.
grandfather
Yeah.
I swear.
I appreciate it, Wooklamat. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian
I do not
dedicated
understand
his
the
life to
hate.
protecting people from all manner
I don't
of
get it
threats.
either. They suck, that's why.
As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Damn straight, Kryle. We got this.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Your mom's
Thank
house.
you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
No. I'm proud to be your friend too, and I'm happy that Thancred isn't here.
Yeah, right?
Why are you being shady over there, my guy?
He's an introvert. He likes to watch from the side.
In the second prom. No, don't give me. No, I don't want this.
Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Oh, they're just right over there.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that.
Nay, I don't want to put them on you.
What of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. And I'll have no
He says
qualms
it
about
now,
putting
but we
Alizé
probably
in
do
her
the
rear.
next fucking moment.
Yeah.
Despite our
Oh,
long
okay.
history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
What kind of weapon did Oriange have?
Lamachi has surrounded herself with
He's an
distinguished figures
astrologian.
indeed.
I mean, he is, but it
William's
didn't
finest
look like an
graduates,
astrologian
the
weapon.
students of Bardessian. And then there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us.
Well,
that I
not
have
yet,
any
Mono.
intention
A Dragon
of
Ball
bowing
theme
out.
park is being built.
Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
Oh, that was
Well, it's a start.
before? I mean, I still think
imagine
it's a
your
random
experiences
thing.
on this journey. All the things you'll hear and feel and think will help you refine that approach.
Hear, feel, think. Where have I heard that from?
But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
Oh, that's...
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
But that also means that if it's just first movie Agent Smith, but what level of movie do you take for Jason?
I got AP. I can't give opinions.
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you.
Did you just say I'm not good enough?
How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn's servant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention, when I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
That guy's gonna betray.
Probably. Man that always wants to do everything with war, just like, you're doing the folly of war, blah blah blah, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna side with the two-head.
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be ashamed to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
God, this guy sucks.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care
I mean, but yeah, it's like,
the contest and proving our
but
superiority.
why are you gonna give Jason sequel abilities, but not Agent Smith? It's kind of the only way to even it, but...
And when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our king to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can't.
Alright, Mario Man, give just a minute here.
If I could just rest a moment.
Oh, you're gonna get killed.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
Why do I get a bad feeling about that? Alright, so cutscene over. Let's go get the Aetherite and put Party Rick to bed.
Okay. By the way, what did you think of my outfit? My new outfit from the dungeon.
Well, I didn't see if there was a new one, but I mean, it's like a lot of your outfits kind of look the same. That one has a bit more skin, but... Did you change your hair color?
No, it's the same.
Party Rick!
Though.
Party Rick, don't be eepy.
Is Rick asleep?
Might
A
have.
little bit.
Go get your Aetherite and log off.
Probably.
Right there, don't take the quest.
It's too late.
Oh no, I didn't take it.
Yeah, it's alright. Figure it out.
This way, this way, this way.
Look, map is in Dewey Decimal System right now. You have to give me a second.
I know, that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to go touch the big rock.
I touch your big rock. Yeah, right.
Alright, go bed.
I returns. I go bed.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Night, Rick.
Night. I love you, student. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Alright. But no, so Jason, if you're giving him that, like, well, even if you're just getting a base Agent Smith, like, that's not stuff he had, like, first movie. That's, like, sequel abilities. But even then, that's still, like, if you're gonna give... well, I was just gonna leave the party since Party Rick didn't leave, so we have to start a new party.
I can...
I already left, so... But yeah, so, like, even then, if you compare it to that, like, has strength portion, like, pretty much that's, if you're using that aspect of it, they're on even par. Even if you're just doing, like, first Agent Smith, who can't really necessarily kill, but it's essentially, if they have a lot of those kind of same sorts of abilities and just like evil energy, does Jason and their big bulky kind of rage murdery stuff, like, is it enough to like counterbalance the exact opposite of the calm, collected Agent Smith, who has all of the martial arts ability? or even if you go before any of that other stuff, is Agent Smith has a gun. Jason has a knife. It's a big knife. It's still a knife. But yeah, if it's a go in and fight, like Jason has like the bigness and durability. Yeah, which then yeah, it's like, but if he can get some shots in before like a fist fight, maybe it'll help. Maybe. But it's like, clearly you need superhuman strength, reflexes, stuff. So, like, I guess if anything, of how much are you willing to compare Jason to Neo in regards to abilities? Because if Neo was able to beat, if you're just even doing first movie and then giving Jason his sequel stuff, is the, can you see Jason beating Neo? Like, despite even being like the novice with it, like, you know, first movie Neo, for example, just getting into it, could they beat Jason? Because it's kind of one of those, like, Neo beats Agent Smith because of learned abilities to kind of like abuse the system of the Matrix. So how would Jason compare to that? But I'll be right back. I mean, that is kind of where I end up with, where your boots make it look like they have devil eyes. But that is something I always use for arguments to, it's like, yeah, who does Jason have to contend with? They've done, like, Freddy, stuff like that. Like, Agent Smith has to fight Neo. So, rather than just using a lot of the, like, the bullshit, like, death battle math they like to throw in, then, see, it's like, how would they compare to what the other person has to, or has fought? Yeah, and that's the way I like to do it. So, so I'm trying to, like, I'm starting to think of a weird comparison to make of... So if you bring Freddy into the mix, could Agent Smith beat Freddy? Even though in the Freddy versus Jason, you know, it was like
There's already
Freddy...
trains here.
Freddy... yeah, it's not surprised. But...
Corn dog stick.
So, Freddy... Like... In the Freddy vs. Jason, Freddy technically loses because he got beheaded, but then it was like, no, he's still kind of alive. Well, the way that I was actually gonna get to for this is... if you're trying to compare the two, then Agent Smith in The Matrix, if you bring in Freddy, I would also consider that to be the dream world, because there is another, like, main physical plane of existence, whereas, well, Agent Smith kinda, I think, possessed that one dude in the second movie. So I would give that the benefit of the doubt. Oh my god, so many people just teleporting in and going. The train's here. So, like, that's always the thing that I've brought up before between the two of them is... Oh, they had Mountain Dew Bird. So, if you're doing... Jason versus Agent Smith is Jason in the Matrix, or do you have some sort of thing that pulls them out to kind of equal them, but it doesn't really matter? But Agent Smith in the Matrix, I am willing to give, because of the lore of the world, that Freddy in the Matrix has full dream power.
Well, that's that done.
What, were you doing the train, or?
Nope.
Or are you just going, walking around for aetherites, or doing quests, or?
What's my class?
You were doing the fishing.
Yeah. I got the first of 3 areas done.
Alright. I was like, I guess I can do that too. I was gonna do... or try and do some other stuff, but... I mean, if I'm trying to talk about some Jason Agent Smith stuff, I'm okay with doing a boring thing. See, I mean, that's actually kind of the thing where if you're putting them against each other,
Lightning log.
It's
Almost
like,
did it with a
does Jason have the resilience to, because it's like a speed versus power argument at that point, to where, like, Jason clearly has the resiliency, even though they both do, but Jason is slow but raw power, where Agent Smith is, like, super fast. Which then, actually, if you do end up even going down that route, it still has to, which actually would actually bring up a very interesting argument of if you're doing, like, Agent Smith in the Matrix, like, even if you're just doing first movie, where the only way that Neo was able to do that was embracing, like, kind of figuring out, like, the one to essentially get inside, like, of Agent Smith to kind of, like, destroy the code. Where, because if you can't do that, you can't really kill Agent Smith. So even just from that, if you give Agent Smith that ability, then they will still always win against Jason. But if you're treating the Matrix and giving, like, Dreamworld Freddy their abilities, like, for where Neo has to kind of get inside Agent Smith to take him out from the inside, that is actually like an ability that I could see Freddy being able to use on Agent Smith. So I might actually have to give Freddy an edge over Agent Smith, whereas Jason would get beaten by them. Yeah, it's definitely more interesting. Because yeah, like, the whole thing is you can't win with, like, you can't beat Agent Smith or just kind of, like, any of the agents with brute force. And that's Jason's main thing. But if you have Dreamworld Freddy who can, like, get in your mind and mess with your insides, you could draw an equivalent of that of, you know, doing the Matrix stuff. So yeah, like, if you break it down, that's kind of how it is you can't beat Agent Smith with brute force, and that's Jason's main thing.
Ooh, okay. Not bad for another catch. I have one more left to catch from this second area.
I mean, so if you have Dreamworld Freddy abilities, even with movie 3 Smith, like, that would have to be something where you have to go through and kind of watch all of the movies in depth and take notes. Because I think from that, if you're giving full Freddy power and full Agent Smith power, they could be on very even playing fields. Because, I mean, I don't know too much of some of Freddy's stuff, but the being able to be, if you take Dreamworld and Matrix as equivalents, I feel like they have very similar abilities.
The last fish I have is the ichthyological tome one.
But with my limited Freddy knowledge, dumpling fish. Oh, hey, I got all the fish in this area.
Nice.
So I have the two. I didn't want to get, like, too much of the map kind of going. Well, I guess I could, but I wanted to do other stuff. But have you found the spearfishing spots yet?
Most likely I have. Once I finish, I'm possibly gonna take a break from this fishing part.
Yeah, I might do the same, but like, but yeah, so if you're giving them a full even playing field of Matrix and Dreamworld being in similar stuff, I believe they do have a very similar like ability pool. Whereas I'm pretty sure like Freddy could do kind of the same things as Agent Smith. So I'm gonna run to the restroom though. Be right back.
Okay.
Alright, I just had the epiphany of what solves the Agent Smith versus Freddy debate.
Oh, this I have to hear.
Which I guess, well, hopefully Mario Man's still there to hear it. So, well, it goes two ways, of which I might have to look into. See, I mean, well, it has the abilities, but like, yeah, if we're not going to do math abilities or anything like that, here I believe is going to be the crux of the argument. Is that Freddy, their main power and stuff in the dream world is the power they get from people's emotions and fear. And that's how he's able to go after them and kill them. So all of Freddy's powers are essentially based to combat human emotions. Whereas Agent Smith is a program without emotions, so Freddy doesn't have anything to, like, feel themselves on. But I don't remember if I remember, but I swear there was something maybe in like the third movie, and or even if whatever happened in like the fourth movie, to where did Agent Smith start to develop emotions? And that's like all sorts of powers and everything put aside, that would have to be the deciding factor of the fight. Is like, does Agent Smith develop emotions? Because if not, then they win against Freddy, because that's the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, he does, you know, like, show anger and, like, the frustration. But I don't remember if there was, like, a spot at some point in the movie where Agent Smith did kind of, I believe, like, transition into the real world. Oh, and we get an Alex raid. Oh my goodness. How are all of these cuties doing? Yeehaw to ooh, heck yeah. Chaos to cuteness. Oh my goodness. I love absolutely every bit of that. How are we doing? What were we doing? Are you doing the shout out? Do I need to do it?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. Because I'm down for that. Oh, you were doing some Final Fantasy.
This is bad.
Yes, I did
Teach
find
you,
the
Alex.
spearfishing area.
No, she took us to this map to Amanda's letter.
Oh no, just like Key and their friends. They also play Dead by Daylight too. Alright. If you do find, like, based off of everybody else, if you do Final Fantasy and Dead by Daylight, so far I know that means you're a good person.
The only one I have missing is the swimming shadows for this. Alright, true.
Oh, I should probably...
Oh, wow.
I guess
Okay,
get
so
my compass out.
That many?
But
Dang. Okay.
Alex Wolf and friends, we were having a debate of was Freddy versus Jason versus Agent Smith. And we were just about to figure it out if we had certain things. Yeah, Freddy versus Agent Smith now.
Getting so close to 710 decent skill, which is the max.
But yeah, at the kind of the penultimate whatever point we would make is, does Agent Smith develop and possess emotions? Because we do have that little bit of anger and whatnot that goes their way. Oh, you are perfectly fine because we're not progressing the story. We are progressing fishing. Unless you don't want fishing spoilers. Which is possible. Yeah, we are halted on the story quest. I mean, honestly, that's actually a very good point as well. Like, that was kind of the thing where it was like, Jason was like a killing machine without emotion. So that's kind of where they at. It's, but honestly, that actually does skew the argument the other way, where I was getting ready to say that I think Freddy might be able to beat Agent Smith because, you know, they're a nightmare machine that is fueled by people's emotions. But if you kind of bring that back of the Freddy versus Jason, where theoretically they did kind of give Jason a leg up, of where he's kind of like so the Freddy versus Jason movie, as terrible as it was, you know, you can't have a clear definitive winner for hopes of sequels, but it was essentially that Jason did win against Freddy. But I think it did have stuff with, like, some of the outside influence and stuff like that. To where, like, Jason's kind of the same thing. Like, lack of emotion, but brute strength allowed them to win. Even though it's like, I don't remember too many. The two things I remember was the bad racist joke that they did, and the fact that the end was Jason cutting off Freddy's head, but then Freddy's dismembered head was like, hey, I'm still alive. Kind of wanted to say, like, what the line they did in the movie was. I'm like, I don't think I want to say that out loud.
If it's... Yeah, no, don't.
Like, it's not anything, like, too...
Just don't. If you don't think you should, don't.
Well, no, like, if I preface it with saying, like, no, that's bad, it was when they had the group of people that Freddy got into the dream world, where one of the characters was an African American girl, and then Freddy just after they went off to the other person, went, dark meat. And I was like, no.
That's not right.
Yeah, I was like, Even back then, I was like, that was supposed to be for a laugh. That makes it even less cool.
If I can find these swimming shadows.
But if you go... Oh, this is still the same spot. But if you go back to that, to where Jason was able to get an advantage of resisting kind of like the nightmare stuff and overpowering with brute force, then I think that would then give the advantage back to Agent Smith. Because if Agent Smith was able to show emotions, then Freddy would be able to take advantage of them. But if you have limited emotions, then Jason did theoretically overpower Freddy with brute force. Of which, between like the speed and the abilities, because even then, well, I guess, yeah, if we extrapolate even more, It's that Agent Smith did nope, that's not the word. Like, did start to falter to Neo because of Neo's higher ability and kind of like understanding versus shit, lost train of thought. To where, yeah, Agent Smith loses to Neo because they take everything over. Well, actually, no, that's... Shit, I keep on thinking of more other things that happen in, like, the movies that be like, oh, wait, that does change it. To where... I was about to give it back to Agent Smith of that Freddy is able to prey on emotions, and in the tight amount of fighting, that if there's emotions to exploit, Freddy would take it. But then if we went the other way, where it's only limited emotions from Agent Smith, and Jason was able to overpower Freddy physically from less emotions.
I did it. I got all of them.
But then if you go back the other way, is that like Agent Smith did show some emotions, but then Neo only technically ended up winning because they got a blessing from essentially like the AI god.
The Oracle?
No, there's something up.
What's that different person?
No, the Oracle is different. Like in the real world, Neo got jacked back into the Matrix at the climax of the movie, where Neo's like, Agent Smith ruined everything that you guys were doing, so I need to beat him. And so the robots put him in as like, yeah, Agent Smith went rogue and became a problem, so I'm gonna help you take care of him. So you had Neo with their Neo powers, plus essentially like the boost of everything in charge of the Matrix.
Needed to turn some items in.
Oh.
If they actually are turn-ins, yes they are good. Oh, they're just... Never mind. They're just gathering. They're just purple scripts, so...
Yeah. But yeah, so I then have to go back and forth of... I might have to give it to Agent Smith versus Freddy as well, even though there was a lot of back and forth on that. Because
I'm almost done.
Nice.
With the fishing in the area.
Because despite all of Freddy's dream world abilities, Like, yeah, it would be a very big fight. But at the end of the day, like, the majority of... Like, I guess, no, I guess the more that I start to have to think about it, I still just have to give it more to Agent Smith. Because I do even think that there's the possibility that in a fight with Freddy, that they would be able to recognize that Freddy's power comes from exploiting emotions and all that, of like, he preys on people in their dreams, and if we give that to where Agent Smith would, because I would almost think that even then they, at some point in fights with Neo, where they kind of like turn off the emotion of like, and you know, like when they clone themselves throughout the entire world, that it's like, yep, that is like, we are Legion, like we are Venom, like, which,
one more fish left.
Taking powers aside, that's kind of where I stand, unless, you know, I'm completely wrong about Freddy. But I thought Freddy, like Dreamworld Freddy, I think was like, they get their power from preying on people's emotions in the dream world, and that's how he manages.
Oh, I know why I can't get it. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Oh.
I gotta check something real quick. Let's go see if I can, or if it's what I think it is. I think it is, but
Yeah, that's kind of back to what I was saying. Oh, the fish got away again. But even if you're taking them at that, is like, is that an acceptable caveat of Freddy's power, of it being based off of people's fears and emotions? Actually, I think I might have just answered my own question on that one.
really hope I can get this, but I probably won't be able to, because it probably will take orange scripts.
Oh, you're trying to get the tome?
Yep, that's the last fish I need in this area, is the tome one. See if I can get it from Tuliola.
But yeah, so that's... No, that's actually my final argument point that I kind of came up with midpoint of, not so much that, you know, Freddy bases a lot of their power from emotions, but most specifically fear. Where even then, most of the, like, if we get any emotions from like any emotions from Agent Smith, they're more so like anger and frustration. But unless it like kind of comes up at any sort of stuff in the very final end of like Matrix 3. Unless, of course, it's 121 to the northwest. Where the hell are these things at?
Tomes of regional folklore. Which area is this? Yoktra.
But
Okay.
so I did bring up a lot of the stuff of like Freddy gets their powers from emotions, but I think for the most part, unless I'm wrong, they get it from fear. And unless when Agent Smith got overpowered that they actually became afraid, then that's why I'm going to have to then go back to give it to Agent Smith, to where Freddy's not going to get enough of a power boost from emotions. And as much back and forth as it took, I think that's what I'm sticking with.
Huh.
That, I mean, unless from something that I'm wrong about kind of the Freddy lore, or any aspects of like the end of like the Matrix 3. Yeah, that would actually like, it'd actually be kind of cool if you did make it like not the necessarily like the 2v1, but kind of like have it start out to where the fight is Agent Smith versus Jason, and like kind of the things like what we were saying before, where Jason almost has the chance of like just overpowering from raw power, and then whatever interruption of like while Agent Smith is down, or if it's just like interrupted of Freddy then taking out Jason, and then it becomes the Agent Smith versus Freddy, where we get to see all of that.
Hey Dave, guess what?
Chicken butt.
No, I'm even more dumb. I completely forgot that those tomes you can't get to
Level
they're
100?
they're end game stuff.
Are you trying to get the orange ones, or?
No, they're purple scripts, but I'm guessing you just can't get them until story stuff has been done.
No, I mean, purple scripts are the regular scripts.
No,
now.
I'm talking about the tomes themselves.
Like they cost orange scripts, you mean?
No, like you can't access or buy them or see them until you complete story, it looks like.
I mean, well, no, even then, if that's the case, like when I had too many like I would get maxed out on scripts, so I would buy some of the crafting and gathering tomes, things like that, that even if you could buy them, like you have to be like, 95 or 85 or something like that. So it could be that, or just the... Like, you just haven't reached the area of the Tombstone Trader that has the stuff yet.
That's my thought as well. That's another thought about it. But, so, other than that single tome, ichthyological tome, I have finished every single node for Kozumaoka.
Is that... Wait, hold on. Is that in the... That's gotta be in the cave and not on the other side, right?
What? What?
The Aether Current.
I'm coming to find you.
There's a little offshoot.
Yeah, it's in that cave. Yes.
Okay, so I was right.
That one I remember, because as you probably have guessed, I am past this point on my other character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, considering that you weren't doing story stuff with us.
I was and I wasn't. I was the ones that were not voiced.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that was just the...
Go ahead.
Like where we were, like where I made the joke of like, hey, we replaced you with Maki rolls.
Yeah.
Was, you know, having to do all those fights where they're coming along with us doing the same exact thing, but then you were off just at that one spot.
Yeah, I will probably... I'm doing story with you guys. I should probably slow down and re-enjoy the story anyway.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, just as long as you know you don't spoil anything.
Yeah, and I've been good about that, right? On this for Dawn Trail so far.
Like, not necessarily like too egregious, but it's like, I think there was like 1 or 2 times where it wasn't like saying what was gonna happen, but being like a, oh man, get ready.
Okay.
Whereas it's like the, you know, it's like, I still don't know what's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna be something big, sort of thing.
Granted, sometimes even when I say that, you guys think I overreacted.
I mean, sometimes of like
with some mechanics, like in that first dungeon.
Yeah.
But I've gotten a lot. I've gotten better.
Yeah. Well, but that was actually one of the things too, where it was like there was kind of like the one spot where I'd be like, oh man, you know, it's like I wouldn't mind mechanic help, but it was just like the... I would like to still just be the child who sees what happens when you stick a fork in the electrical socket. I don't want to be stopped. I just want to have that, like, well, see what happens.
And I ended up, during that final boss fight, I did stop saying stuff, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, I mean, except for the, like, at most it was like, hey, tornado.
Yeah, that's because I had a lot of trouble with that tornado mechanic. That was the one mechanic that I almost always ended up getting hit by at least once during each phase of that.
Yeah, I mean, well, some of the other stuff is like...
It wasn't... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, when it does that with some of them, like, it's not necessarily that I'm not like learning the mechanic, but it's the like I can survive a hit from it as long as it wasn't one of like the combo ones, or I like messed up, you know, got hit by like 2 attacks.
Yeah.
And I guess so. From the other thing too is, like if you go back to if you're trying to kind of like learn call outs to like help other people.
Yeah.
Was like on the first run where I ended up dying. Like it wasn't that it's like, oh hey, watch out for the tornado, where I was like, well, no, I know the tornado's there. I'm trying to do it, but more so like my issues of like what caused me to die was I kind of had a little bit of it, but I let myself, like after, for example, like surviving a hit, being kind of like closer by, where I'm like, okay, it's fine, I can survive that. I'm a healer, so I can, hey, lookout spot. But it's like the, you know, I can survive the one hit. But did I not get close enough? Nope. So, I knew I can survive a hit, but it was like the struggles that I had were more along the lines of I thought I was a bit safer even if I was close to it, and that it lasted longer than I thought it would.
The timing kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Where it, like, even then, not if could still be the wrong numbers, where like the tornado to me kind of felt like it should have been like it would have like been done after like 3 attacks, but there was a 4th attack, so I wasn't expecting that, combined with the like, I think that actually might have been kind of the exact same thing, where if I got hit by an attack, was like, oh, well, I let the tornado get too close to me, and it hit me, but hey, that should have been the last attack, so I can just start healing.
Oh,
and
wait,
then
I got
end
it
up
again.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Like, it's, I mean, even then, you know, I might be in kind of like the minority of who needs to hear what. Is that like a third area I can't reach yet, or am I just going the wrong way?
No? Why? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Well, no, like I went up where I was like, oh, here's this spot in the map, but it looks like everything else is up above me.
Are you looking for Aether Currents or what?
Well, it was Aether Currents and just kind of looking for the fishing spots, because the main area with all that water is like, oh, that's the same spot, that's the same spot. I'm gonna find it.
I'm not expecting you to click that. I'm just leaving it there.
Yeah.
Just dropping it there, not expecting anything.
But no, like I mean, granted, the other thing too is,
no,
like, as I said, like, I could be in the minority, though, where...
That second one's an Aether Current, by the way.
Okay. I mean, that's, I think, the one that I was going after.
It's
Yeah.
it's coming the side that you're on. If you come from that side, you'll see it. You could pass it by and not notice it if you were coming from the other way.
No, I'll be. I didn't even see the other way to get up. So if I took the long way, figure it out. Maybe I don't need to because I'll be flying soon.
Well, we have to finish the story in this area to be able to fly.
Yeah, to unlock the quests. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's normally like you'll get all of the quests, and then there's gonna be right before you leave the area was.
Yeah, the last quest it's always been the last quest, the last story quest, is the one that in that area is the one that gives you the final Aether Current.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Which actually is kind of understandable, like.
Yeah.
Oh, and
well, because even then, like there was the I don't remember expansion area, but it's like we were going through where you had Blazing fly you to the Aether Currents that were not available yet.
Yeah, it was the first area of Stormblood. That one I remember.
But no, if we were going back, like talking for like the sort of call out things, was like, as I said, like it might just be me and other people are gonna be a little more apt to pick it up, but like the attacks from the tornado, it's like, hey, it's tornado, you're gonna get 4 attacks.
So basically tornado times 4.
Or like however it would be, but like
something to denote not only what the attacks are coming from, but how many times it's gonna attack.
Yeah, whereas like
gotcha.
The problems, for example, that I had was like, hey, the tornado's gonna attack more times than you think, so make sure you keep away from it.
Yeah.
Because that was mine, where it was like, oh shit, I got kind of stuck, but it was like, alright, well, I got hit, but that should be done. And then it was like, nope.
Did you also get this Aether Current here?
No, I don't have all the Aether Currents. I found a new fishing spot.
Right.
Wait, no, I did.
What? Oh, you found the Dewspun Banks one. Oh, you're actually right.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's. It was just the map being bad, where I was like, oh, it's the one. Oh, it's over there. Did I miss that? And it's like, no, this is the same spot.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, it's just the tomes.
So you've gotten everything fishing-wise?
Well, I never did any of the spearfishing yet, which I'll still save for later. I just wanted to get this one and then the Aether Currents. Oh, hey, look at that. Got it.
Not too hard to get, actually, for the spearfishing.
I mean, well, it's like 3 different spots, like right there.
They're all in that. They're all in a lake here. In that lake.
I mean, I might if I'm going up to it because it's
in the center
of
that
I have all the Aether Currents. Never mind then.
You do?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That was the last one. I mean, I could try. I mean, I still was also debating on switching to Stardew for a little bit.
I wouldn't mind that, but I do want to let you know that one of those ones is a Shadows one, where you have to catch, what is it? Average, slow, or small-sized, average moving.
Like a certain amount of fish first.
14.
The underwater intuition.
Yeah, it's 14 of the small-sized average speed fish on the east of the side of the lake.
I'll be fine. Because, I mean, even then, it's... Normally, a lot of times when I have to go spearfishing, I haven't been doing it to complete logs. So, if I'm just going to be doing this spearfishing, it'll be like, well, I'm just going after everything. Because worst case is I get, like, my decent up.
Yeah. Looks at 705.83.
You challenging me?
No, I'm just...
So wait, so is it this part of the lake to dive?
It's the dark... It's the dark
deep,
area.
The deep area, yeah.
Yeah.